Hello, and I want to welcome you once again to the 6th episode of the topic that we are discussing, fear. What the causes of fear and how to deal with them. I am your pastor, Pastor Eric Adom. Today, what we are going to discuss is paying attention to the storms. Paying attention to the storms. That is another cause for fear. Anytime you are doing something, there will be storms around you. Whether you like it or not, you can be a Christian, you can be whoever you are, whatever belief or religion that you are in, there are always storms around you. The same way, whatever thing you are doing, it could be your business, it could be your marriage, it could be your education, it could be anything at all in life. As long as you are a human being and as long as you are under this sun or under the sun, you will have storms around you. Even if you wake up in the morning and you decide not to go outside itself, you are living in a storm. What do you do when the storms comes? What are the things that you have to do when the storms comes? Because at this point you should know that whatever you are doing, storms will come. It does not matter who you are. You can be the president, you can be the prime minister, you can be a minister of state, you can be an ambassador, you can be a father, you can be a patriarch, you can be whoever you are. Definitely storms will be around you. How do you deal with this storm to be able to overcome your fear? Let us go into the scriptures. And we are going to talk about the story Peter and his master Jesus, who saw his master walking on the sea, and then he decided to join him, and then something happened. What happened? He listened to the storms around him, and he was not able to reach his target. We can see this one in Matthew chapter 14, from the verse 22. When you read, you will have this encounter over there. Peter decided to go to his master Jesus on the sea. And then whilst he was looking to go to his master, Jesus, now there were so many things distracting his attention. These are things that happens to all of us on a daily basis. You are into some kind of a business, and then so many things will come and be the storm in your life. They become the storm in your business. They become the storms in your relationship. Whatever it may be, these storms can be taken care of. How do you take care of them? Because you cannot run away from them. If you run away from them, you can never hit your target. But you have to deal with them. You have to deal with them. What are some of these storms? These storms can even be your family members who are eating into your business. These storms can be what people say about you. These storms can be the distractions from your competitors if you are a businessman. These storms can come to you, but you have to be focused and deal with them. How do you deal with such a situation? These are some of the things. What we are going to discuss right now are things that Peter could not do, for which reason he was not able to get to the master and he began to sink. Now, what do you do in times of storms like this one? First of all, you need to know that there should be a target for you to achieve. If you go into any business, any relationship, and you don't have a target ahead of you, with the little storms that comes, you will sink. If you are going into a business and you don't have a target for the year, you don't have a plan or what you want to achieve at the end of the period, when storms comes, you will definitely fall. First of all, make sure that you have a target ahead of you. Peter did the first thing right. What did he have? He had a target. His target was to meet Jesus. That was the first thing that Peter did that made him even start the journey. You need to have a target. So if you don't have a target at all, trust me, I can guarantee you that you will never get anywhere, especially when the storms comes in. So the first thing to deal with this one is to have a target ahead of you. That target will push you towards him. If you have your target that at the end of the year, my business should make a profit of $1 million, that is your target. So when the storms begin to come, when the distractors begin to worry you, you will leave them and you will focus, because there is a target ahead of you. What is the other thing that you have to do? You have to make sure that the target that you use can lift you up even when you begin to sink. Don't choose any target that does not have any willpower to help you. I'm talking about a target that you cannot let go. So for example, you have a laptop with all your informations on it. If somebody comes to snatch it away from you and you are chasing the person and you are having distractors on the way, you are having people blocking you from chasing that particular person, whatever information you have in that computer will determine whether you give up or you go on. If the laptop is new and does not have any information in it that cannot affect your life in any way, after a little struggle, you are tempted to back off because there's nothing much in that laptop that you have to die for. But if your laptop has everything about you, your revenue, your data, your everything is in that computer. Because of that, no matter the storms, you will always strive hard. Even if you fall, you will rise up again and say, I cannot let go this target. I cannot let go this information. I cannot let go this marriage. I cannot let go this business. I cannot let go this award that I want to win. I cannot let go this degree. I cannot let go this scholarship that I'm looking for, because you know that without that target, you can never make it. Now, at times, or the other thing that you need to also do to conquer this is what you say, the things you believe in. So David, having so much storms around this time, a teenager who was just about 16, 17 years, a whole king was after his life. That was the storm. People wanted to kill David, even when he was a young boy. But he professed certain things to himself. He looked at himself in the mirror and started saying good things about him. So when you read Psalm 23 from the verse 4, when the storms were coming, he prophesied certain things in his life. He said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. These are the words that will encourage you. These are the statements that you can say to yourself to make you get to the top. David did all these things. At the end of the day, God came through for him because of the target, because of the things he prophesied for himself. And at the end of the day, he became the king of Israel. Today, as we speak, when you mention Israel, you cannot leave David from it. When you mention the people of God, you cannot take away David from it. When you mention Jesus Christ, you cannot take away David from it. There is nothing about Israel that when you mention and you leave David, you go scot-free. That is what you have to do. If you are going into any kind of business, remember storms will definitely come. Remember distractors will come. Remember that all these things will be pulling you away from the target. What do you have to do to overcome these things? Because the storms will put fear inside of you. What do you have to do to overcome them? First of all, like I said from the beginning, make sure you have a target. That target will equip you to know that there's something ahead of you. Don't go into anything, don't go into any business, don't go into any relationship without having a target ahead of you. You should have a target. Number two, make sure that the target that you are using is something, or the target that you have is something that will encourage you even when the storms are almost eating you up. Jesus was the target for Peter. But when Peter was sinking, the target was able to come and pull him out. This is what I'm talking about. Let your target have that power and authority to come and pull you up when the storms are about to sink you. That is what I'm talking about. Then the third one to do to be able to make sure that you overcome this one is to make sure that your confessions are positive. And we took the example from David in the Bible, who had so many storms in his life. What did he do? He said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear the storms. And today, as we speak, David is dead and gone long ago, but his name still remains in our hearts, in the books, and in the mouths of a lot of people in the world. God bless you. Can't wait to see you in the next episode. Stay blessed and catch you on the flip side. My name is Pastor Eric Adom. See you